Okay, good afternoon.
Good afternoon.
Would you please introduce yourself?
My name is Dina C. Gandy. I am a student teacher at Rose Garden in Cibolo Shirts, Texas.
And what grade?
I teach pre-K, pre-kinder, 4-year-olds.
And can you tell us about your pre-K situation as far as how many children or how many sessions you have?
This pre-K class is unique. It's a morning and an evening session. The morning session has about 22 children, and the evening session also has about 22, 23 children. What's also special about this pre-K class is inclusion. So I also have 2 kids in the morning and 2 from the afternoon from the PPCD class, which is housed next door to Miss Merchant's class, room 8, and across the hall from Miss Merchant's room 8.
Okay. I have 3 questions that I'm going to ask you. Your responses to these questions are going to be shared with future student teachers.
Sure.
Okay. What did you learn about yourself this semester in the act of teaching and learning?
Well, what I learned about myself as an active teacher in this student semester is the training that I have received will prepare me to go in the classroom and provide an effective instructional day for the students. What I also learned about myself in this student preparation class is depth. Student teaching will teach you from the time you walk into the door to the time you leave, and not necessarily at bell time, but it can be 2 hours even after bell time. Preparation. You need to prepare. You need to stop and think about the objectives, your rationale, and exactly what do you want the students to learn besides whatever the district or gives you as far as the curriculum. What I also learned about myself, you cannot be just a minimal teacher. Today's world is requiring a lot more math and science and reading, so you need to be very prepared and up on the latest things as far as instructional time and information to prepare the students to be able to meet what they need to be successful for in the future. Depth. You need to be depth. You cannot be shallow. You got to be a well-diverse teacher. You have to think outside the box. Still keep, I like to say, the old ways, but prepare with them. Use the old ways as your foundation, but incorporate new things, new ideas. Also, be global. Go to websites into other countries. What are they teaching? How are they teaching? What are they using? What are their strategies? And learn how to incorporate some of those strategies and instructional things into your lessons. Because actually what we're doing, we are preparing the children to be able to be competitive with other kids globally. So we need to start thinking in a more global term.
All right. What would you have done differently this semester during student teaching?
Taking more vitamins. Please take your vitamins. It is intense. It can be stressful. Your body needs to be prepared. Your mind needs to be prepared. I think and I suggest take at least an hour each day for yourself. Meditate. If you just have to take a walk around your house, if you just take a walk around the block, you still need to take some time for you. Yes, we have deadlines to meet. Yes, we have papers to write. But if you're stressed, your best is not going to come forward, or you're not going to shine as much as you like to if you're constantly stressing yourself out or just so tired that your body will shut down itself. Your body will take care of itself. So I would say learn how to at least take an hour a day for yourself.
And what would you have done differently?
What have done differently is, again, take more vitamins. I did take walks and more time for myself. But I think what I will do differently now is Google the first day of what is really required under student teaching. I think I would have got a preview into exactly other people's ideas about student teaching, and then that would prepare me as far as Dina, what Dina knows how to do, and can Dina sufficiently meet what was coming her way. So first I would have looked up on the internet, Google student teaching. I think I would also Google the latest techniques or styles in student teaching. And then I would have also Googled state of Texas, I think, state of Texas, and I think Trinity, their educational programs, and see what was on their websites and what they require. So that would prepare me to know what UTSA was in competition for. So that way I would have been prepared for UTSA.
Okay.
So that's what I would do differently. More Googling the competition and UTSA program ahead of time.
Okay. Tell me, what advice do you have for future student teachers?
Stop and think and realize before you actually select your classes for student teaching and really decide if that fits you. Do you have the personality? Do you have the determination? Do you have the passion? And then honestly ask people around you to critique you. Do you fit the mold of a teacher? Can they see you as the mold of a teacher? Sometimes you need people to constructively let you know what they see and what you are portraying. Do you portray the personality of being a teacher? Do you portray the strength of a teacher? Do you portray the disposition of teachers? And do you fit the mold? I'm not saying everybody's ideas about you're supposed to take hardly, but what I'm saying is, does it sound like you? Does it sound like you can step into that position and be a good teacher? And then the next question, you need to really be honest with yourself. Are you just want to be a teacher so you can have the summer off? Or you just want to be a teacher because you can make over $35,000? Or do you want to be a teacher because you just want the title, I'm a teacher? Or do you want the discounts teachers get sometimes? What is the real purpose of you being a teacher? Ask yourself that question, write it down, put it away for 2 weeks. Come back in 2 weeks, look at that question again. Ask yourself those questions again. This time, take the information that you receive and does it line with what you feel inside? Because it's going to require a lot of internal thinking, internal strength, and internal love for yourself and for the children. Because when you have 22 different personalities coming at you, do you have 22 personal ways to meet each child? And you come up with no at least on 10 of those, then you may want to rethink the profession. So I would say really, really think about if that fits you. You can always get skills. You can always open a book. You can always go to a professor and ask questions about skills. But do you have internally inside what it takes to be able to open yourself up to love somebody? And you are actually loving those children. Can you take somebody else's child and children and say, your child is safe with me. I will provide knowledge for your child. I'll return your child back to you. And can you also say, I was effective in that child's life? Not only are you providing knowledge, but you're also raising a human being. You're also giving them character. You're also teaching them how to be supportive of each other. You're also teaching them morals, standards. So do you have what it takes to impart all that? And if you come up with any part of that, the answer no, then you need to probably stop and reevaluate why you really get into the profession. It's more of a human nature profession versus like being a basketball star. Because truly teachers are not as glorified as maybe a sports entertainer or a movie star or a doctor. You're still providing a service, but it's a service to humankind and mankind. So the question is to yourself, do you have what it takes to make mankind better? Not just a classroom better, but that human being better. That's all.
Okay.